Hey, how you doing
today?
Can you see Rick?
Yeah, let me get him for you.
Okay.
Hey, Rick, got someone here to see you.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
Oh, hey, Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
I was in town, and I have a couple coins to show you I think you might like.
Okay, let me see them. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be great. First coin is an 1838 Gobrecht dollar. These were what they call pattern silver dollars, so they were like an experimental issue.
Most people don't realize this. Back in the day, the Mint was always coming up with new designs. They actually tried to get a nickel into circulation where that was a nickel, but it had a hole in the center, so everyone called it the Holy Nickel.
I know Rick, and I was in town, and I have a couple of coins that have really good stories, and I think he might like buying them. Today, I want to show Rick I have an 1838 Gobrecht silver dollar, and I have an 1857 S Double Eagle from the shipwreck of the SS Central America. The 1838 Gobrecht silver dollar, I'm looking to get $27,000 for it, and the 1857 S Double Eagle, I'm trying to get $14,000.
This is incredible. I love the pattern dollars because the engravers at the Mint were really trying to do the best they could do. And this one?
Well, this is a great coin with a really neat story. So this is an 1857 S San Francisco Double Eagle, and this was made at the San Francisco Mint. And this ship called the SS Central America was on its way to New York City. And in 1857, it sank in a hurricane, and 425 people died on this ship. So it was really one of the biggest tragedies in American maritime history. So this is one of the coins that was recovered in the 1980s.
Okay, so big question. What do you want for them?
The 1838 Gobrecht dollar, I would sell that for $27,000. And for the price, Proof 65 example of this coin would be closer to $100,000. So it's a really great looking coin at an affordable price.
You know, $27,000 is not really an affordable price to most people.
Yeah, I think better than $100,000.
And what do you want for the shipwreck coin?
The shipwreck coin I would sell for $14,000.
This one, I don't want. It's a great coin. It might be a great price and everything like that. The thing I hate about coins like this, it's off a shipwreck. My big fear is a few years from now, they'll go back down to the shipwreck again, and they'll find a couple thousand of these, bring them up,
right,
and it takes the price down of all of them because somebody just flooded the market. Now, this one, I know there was only...
Guarantee there's no more of those coming out of the ocean.
Yes, there was only like 20 of those made, and they're as rare as hen's teeth. When people come in with ancient coins, I call them one of my experts. But these are the kinds of coins I deal on a regular basis for years and years and years. So they're in my wheelhouse. So I know exactly what these coins are, and I don't need to call anybody in because I know what I'm dealing with. Would you take 22 grand for it?
No, I couldn't do that. It's you know, it's a great coin, and I'd be losing money at that. So.
I mean, I am buying this for myself. Okay,
Oh,
so, you know, because I
makes a
collect
difference.
these kind of coins, and I don't,
Right.
I mean, what's your best price?
Very, very best price I would do. I would sell it for $25,000.
So we got a deal at 24?
If you're buying it for yourself, I would sell it for the $24,000.
All right, sweet, we got a deal.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay,
Thanks.
even though it's for myself, we still got to do paperwork. So you want to go over there?
I'll do it.
And,
Okay.
I'll write you up.
That sounds good. Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, bring them both with you.
Okay.
I just won't tell my wife about it. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
How's my favorite book picker?
This time I picked a book that I think any businessman would love. It's Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations.
The Capitalist Manifesto.
It is. I brought a copy of an 18th century edition of Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations. It's the most important book of capitalist economics, and Rick's a businessman, so I think he's gonna go gaga for it.
It's the first books on economics and the capitalist system, what we call a free market economy now. They should study this in high school. They really should. It's basically everything about the creation of wealth. Like, you know, basically a man goes in his backyard, digs up some dirt, takes the iron out of the ground and turns it into a horseshoe. So the horseshoe is worth money, so you have created wealth out of nothing. It basically said, let people work hard and do business, and everyone will do well. And the invisible hand, meaning the marketplace, will figure out the price structures of everything.
Exactly. And actually, I knew you'd be interested in the invisible hand, so I put a little marker here just where it is. He says, he intends only in his own gain, referring to the person. And he is in this, and in many other cases, led by an invisible hand. And it only appears really once in the book, but that's the phrase that the book is known for.
What year was this printed?
This is a sixth edition of the book. It was printed in 1791. It's still a nice collectible edition because it's still an 18th century edition.
Have they been rebound?
Well, I think they retain some of their original binding, but at some point, the spines have been remade to match the binding covers. So the spines are probably 20th century, but the covers are much earlier.
It's a pretty amazing set of books. The nerd in me is going like crazy
yeah.
right now. How much you want for them?
Well, I was going to ask $2,500 for them.
As always, I'm going to call on Rebecca because she knows a lot more about this stuff than
Sure,
I do about
yeah.
this stuff. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay.
Sounds good.
These will look so amazing on my bookshelf at my house. The Wealth of Nations.
Oh.
The Capitalist Manifesto.
That's clever of you. Did you come up with that
I came
all
up
on your
with
own?
that all by myself.
That was all you.
I tried to bring something this time to make Rick excited.
Hey, it's about making money. That's like my third or fourth favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, I don't think I'm showing Rick's cards when I say I think he really wants this book. You know, in some ways, Adam Smith is the Darwin of economics. You're in this sort of mercantilist economy that's very different, driven by these huge, powerful states. And 1776, you have the Declaration of Independence, and it's the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Things are changing. This is an explosion of economic thought and work, and it just changed the way we live. 1776, the Founding Fathers were reading this book. This was hugely influential on Hamilton, and in fact, Madison later uses it to counter some of Hamilton's suggested projects. So it's kind of great because Founding Fathers on both sides use it against each other. This is essentially the most important work in modern economic thought. Any edition of Wealth of Nations published in the 18th century is going to be desired by collectors because that's still the same historical context, the same people reading it and being influenced by it and acting based on its principles. All right, so should we talk about the actual copies here?
So there's a little bit of foxing.
Yes.
I learned that from her.
I'm impressed.
That's the spots on the pages.
The spots. Yes, there's foxing on the pages, a little bit more than I would like to see, frankly. It's been rebacked. I don't mind the rebacking because it's pretty well done, though there are some other issues of edge wear to the binding. But you know, for what it is, among other 18th century copies, it's actually rather nice.
Okay. So what do you think they're worth?
This is the type of book that's a total home run in book collecting. Personally, if I had this copy of this book, I would be selling it for around $4,800 to $5,000.
That's a decent price.
Thanks.
Well, thanks so much, Rebecca, as always.
care.
So, I'll give you your $2,500. I think.
And I'll tell you, it's no secret, both of us knew that you really want these.
I know that. I know that. It's.
You know what I see, Rick? I see that invisible hand now coming in, reaching into your wallet a little bit. Look, why don't you give me 28 for them? It's less than $3,000. It's the most important book in capitalism. It's an 18th century edition and a very nice copy of it. 2,800.
All right, I'll give you 2,700 because you know I want these for myself, and that sort of stuck that way. But it's more than fair, and next time, take care of me.
I'm not going to argue with you for $100. I think that's fair.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Rick and I agreed on 2,700. I probably could have squeezed him for a little bit more, but you know, he did boost it a little bit to make me happy.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, man?
Got a surprise for you.
Okay. Over 2 years ago, I sent a samurai sword to Japan to get fully restored. Finally, it's back in the States, and Mike brought it to the shop today. I can't wait to see this.
After all this time.
Should we have a drum roll?
Today, I've got Rick's personal sword. This sword was made in the early 1600s. During that time, there was a lot of one-on-one duels, so the blade has a different kind of shape, made to cut very clean and very fast. Here it is.
There we go.
Ooh-wee, that thing looks sweet.
Oh, that's nice. No chips in it, nothing.
Came out perfect, no flaws. It took a little while because I had the best of the best work on it for you in Japan.
It does look pretty amazing. The blade itself was made right around 1500, right?
You know, before it was polished, it gets a little hard to tell, but after it's polished, we can see the detail more clearly.
Okay.
Early 1600s is where we agreed after the polish.
Okay. And we got all new hardware on it?
Yes, we changed the casing to a new one here. And this is actually done with real Japanese urushi lacquer made out of poison sumac. And we did a special handle wrap the old traditional way, and we did early 1600 fittings. So we gave it a nice new look, the old traditional way. But now, since it's all polished and everything, you're gonna have to have somebody take care of it.
Okay.
They used to do this in samurai movies after battle. This is called uchiko. This is the final powdered form of polishing stone.
Little dab, dab, dab.
Basically what it does is it takes off fingerprints, old oil, dirt, and dust.
What did we actually pay for that thing?
I think I paid like $6,000 for it like 10 or 11 years ago. How much was the restoration?
Including the parts, give or take about 10,000.
So what's it worth?
Well, since it's all in perfect condition now with all new different set of fittings, I'd say you're looking at the sword's value in around the 35 to 40,000 territory.
Okay. So I'm at 16,000, it's worth 35 to 40,000. I think I did all right. But it's not for sale, I'm just putting it in the case, so.
What do you mean it's not for sale?
Not for sale, pretty self-explanatory.
I have $16,000 worth of merchandise. It's for sale.
No, it's absolutely amazing. Thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Do not screw my sword up. Just gonna put it on display, all right?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Good. Good to
Hey, Dana, how you been?
see you. Good. How you doing?
Just imagining what it would be like to play with this knife Rick won't let me touch.
That's why I'm here. I'm building this weapons room in my house, and what I'm really looking for today is a sword. Show me something good.
Yeah, I'm pulling a few down.
This one's from the Civil War, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got? That's cool looking. This one's the most comfortable out of all of them.
Do you have any samurai swords in your collection?
I have some swords, but no real ones.
You know what? We have a samurai sword over here, and we can trace it all the way back to the samurai family.
That's perfect.
Yeah?
Show me that one.
All right.
What sword are you talking about?
The one your dad said don't sell.
Now I really want it.
It's just right over here at this case. There you go. We had it restored in Japan.
That's ridiculous. That's beautiful, man.
This sword is from the 1600s. It looks like it was made just yesterday.
Right.
The word samurai means to serve because you were there to protect and to serve the emperor. It was one of the highest honors. You didn't get more respect than walking through the streets coming from a samurai family.
Keeps getting cooler and cooler. I like it.
It was passed down to generation, and if you take this off on the handle down here, there's some writing that traces this blade back to the exact family.
He's putting on the hard sell here. I was sold already.
So when a guy says sold, chum, you typically give him a price.
I know, but I wanted to give him a little history before I just drop a price on him. Because something like this is $40,000.
Is that the price?
That's the price, $40,000, and they are very hard to come by.
Right. I'll give you 28,000.
Man. I started a little high, so I had a room to negotiate, but I think 35 is about where I'm sitting.
I'll go 30.
Don't look at me, man. This is your big deal.
30,000, huh?
I'll tell you what. I'll take this for 30,000, and I'll buy every one of those swords that you showed me over there, too.
So another 30,000 for the other swords.
It's all on you, buddy.
You know what? That's a deal I can't refuse. All right, it's gonna take me a little while to package everything up, so
Okay.
Can you come back in a little while?
Done.
See you later.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
All right, that's how you do business, Corey. I'm getting a bonus. Yeah, that's how you make commission, Corey.
Yeah,
You didn't even want me to sell that. I did make a good deal.
you got lucky.
I was born lucky. I didn't get lucky. What's up?
Why is my sword out here? You know you're not allowed to play with it.
First off, that is no longer your sword. I sold it.
What do you mean you sold my sword?
Rick, first off, we got to get over this ownership thing. It's not yours anymore.
It was bought by the store. It was paid to be refurbished by the store. This store sold the sword for $30,000, plus an additional $30,000 worth of stuff.
Is the customer still here?
Yeah, why don't you go tell him you can't buy it?
I will.
See if you can kick his ass for it.
Hey, Rick, bring me my commission back. He doesn't get his butt whooped.
Hey, Dana, how's it
What's up,
going?
buddy? Good, how you doing?
So I'm assuming you're the one who bought my sword.
I did.
Okay.
The fact that you didn't want to sell it made me want it more.
Well, you've already paid me, so... If there's one person I'm not going to argue with over this sword, it's Dana White.
You mad at Chumley?
Yeah, took me 2 years for that sword in Japan to get it back.
It's beautiful. It's awesome.
So I have another sword I just bought. You want to see that one?
Yeah.
Now, this one's pretty amazing. I mean, it's not as old as the other sword, but this one belonged to a Japanese lord. And I was going to ship it off to Japan. So if you want to take it to Japan and wait 2 years to get it back, you can. It'll probably be between 6 and 10 grand to get it fixed.
Right. I actually like it like this, beat up and old. How much?
That one I'll take 10 grand for. It literally belonged to a lord in the Japanese Civil War. It's sort of their version of like General Grant's sword.
Got it. Well, I just bought half the swords in the place.
Yeah.
Will you give it to me for 8?
Can we do 9?
Yeah, I'll give you 9 for it.
Sweet. Cool,
Yeah.
man. Well, Chum wrap this one up too.
Perfect. I love the whole Japanese samurai tradition and the story, and it's a beautiful sword, so I couldn't refuse it, so I took that one too.
What do you have here? I have a harpoon gun.
That is amazing. Where in the world did you get this?
Got it in Cape Cod. I was looking at some real estate and it was on the wall, and I made an offer to the guy and he sold it to me as is.
That's kind of incredible. I've seen pictures of these. I've never seen one in real life. I don't know when it was made, but I'm assuming 1860s, 1870s. Up until the 1850s, whaling was the #5 industry in the United States. It was hugely important. You know, before electricity and before kerosene, whale oil burned very, very bright. It burned a white light, which nothing else came close. It was an incredible light source. But the second they came out with kerosene in the 1850s, the whale industry just started falling. Synthetic oils eventually replaced all that, and we need conservation. We need to quit killing whales. But stuff like this, you just don't see. I mean, tell me, have you fired it?
I have not fired it.
So, how much you looking to get out of it?
You know, I'd like to get $7,500 for it.
Okay, it might be worth that. I actually have my buddy Alex, he's here helping me out. He's been my go-to guy when it comes to anything antique firearms.
Right.
So let me get him over here and get his opinion.
I've got Alex.
All
Hey,
right.
I'm Alex.
Hey, Alex, I'm Jay.
Nice to meet you. Oh, cool. Harpoon gun. Do you mind if I pick it up?
You may?
Okay. It's hefty, too.
I imagine the pressure that builds up in that barrel's got to be insane.
Well, it has to because the way this harpoon is designed on the back, that's pretty much the exact size of the bore. So whatever black powder you load in here, the idea is that you create enough of an explosion that it is going to thrust that harpoon out at high velocity, carrying the line, and then go into the skin of a whale.
Well, back then, they literally tied this off to a boat and you went for a ride.
So, do you know anything about the gun itself?
I see the markings on the barrel. It says New Bond Street.
98 New Bond Street, London. All right, so this is Holland and Holland. That's actually really good. Holland and Holland was basically the premier gun maker in London and England in the 1880s. On here, you can see these are proof marks. So it was proof marked in England. It's got a serial number here that matches the serial number of the barrel. That's great, means it hasn't been messed with. It's got the original harpoon, which is really important because many times those get lost. Have you ever fired it?
I have not fired it.
If it's functional, it'll have much more value than if it's not. I carry my tools with me. I have black powder. This would be very simple to fire if I can inspect it and it checks out. Would you allow me to fire it?
Oh, let's do this.
Oh, you would?
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
We need a suitable target.
So I really would need to fire that harpoon into something soft to not damage it.
I'll put Chum on that.
I think I can find a target.
All right, cool. Nice target.
You know, it's the best I could do.
I mean, it's a good size. I have a higher chance of hitting it.
I was trying to put the odds in your favor.
I like it.
All right, you gonna shoot it?
Yeah, I inspected it. It looks great. It's ready to fire. Now, because of the harpoon, I'm gonna use 60 grains of black powder. In reality, this would have had at least double that, but there's gonna be a lot of recoil, and I just don't want to damage it. Put on your ear protection. You've got eye protection already, and I'll get it ready to fire.
Okay.
Let's do this. Oh, yeah!
Where'd it go?
You hit it, but you didn't pop it. It bounced off of it. You got a good shot there, Alex, but I think that harpoon needs a little sharpening.
It really went out there.
Here it is. It's in good shape. That was awesome. Thank you.
Dude, that was great. That was great.
That was fabulous. What do you think it's worth?
Well, one, it works great. Two, it's Holland & Holland, so it's essentially the highest quality harpoon gun you could buy from that era. I think if you were gonna try to sell it, you would easily sell it for $5,000, maybe more.
Okay. Well, thanks, man. It was
All right,
pretty amazing.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Good
Thanks,
luck.
Alex. Really appreciate that.
That was fun.
Okay, so super cool gun.
Yes.
I'll be honest, I kind of want it for myself.
Really?
Alex is saying, look, retail for like 5,000. So I'll give you $4,000 for it. I'm practically paying retail, which I never do in my entire life.
Would you do 5?
No.
I know you want this, Rick. Can we meet at 4,500 and call it a day?
It's a deal.
Beautiful. That's great.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
All right,
I really
sweet, man.
appreciate it.
This is great. Let's go get you paid.
Let's do it. Thank you very much. I'll clean the gun up for you, Rick.
Thanks, Job. So Elvis has entered the building.
Yes, he has.
This is Viva Las Vegas, right?
Yep. It's an original poster for the French release.
I've seen this a lot of times with movie posters. Different countries have different names, but it says l'amour, that's love, and whatever that last word is. It's not Vegas, it starts with a V, though.
I'm here to sell the Viva Las Vegas movie poster, which has Elvis Presley in it from the original French release in 1964. I bought this Viva Las Vegas movie poster about 30 years ago in Paris. If I make a sale today, I'm looking to buy a better microphone for my recording studio. For my French Viva Las Vegas movie poster, I'm hoping to get $500.
This is really cool. The character Elvis plays, come to Las Vegas, he's a race car driver. He needs a new motor for his, I think it was a Maserati. He has to get a job as like a waiter, and he enters a talent contest trying to get the money, you know, and falls for Anne Margaret. And Elvis, he wins the race. He wins the girl. They get married and live happily ever after. I mean, most people haven't even seen the movie, but they know Viva Las Vegas. In the 1960s, a lot of movie theaters were actually putting Anne Margaret's name above Elvis Presley. Anne Margaret was on fire at this point. As a matter of fact, she eventually got a nickname as the Queen of Las Vegas. I love everything about it. It's in really good shape. You know, I have a lot of people come in here with movie posters from the 60s, and they're movies that no one knows of. And this is kind of iconic, especially for this town. So how much are you looking to get out of it?
I'm looking for $500.
Okay, probably a reasonable number. I love the fact that it's a French poster. If you don't mind hanging out, I'd like to get my poster expert down here. I just want to make sure it's not a re-release like in the 1970s or something like that, and get an idea what he thinks it's worth.
All right.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I've been referred to as the King of Las Vegas. Not really. The King and Queen of Vegas.
Beautiful. Love it. Wonderful piece.
Okay, so first off, what's the name of a movie in French?
Love in fourth gear. Vitesse by itself means speed, but in this context, it's fourth gear.
Okay. You know, Viva Las Vegas had a big impression that lasted a long time.
Yeah. This, too, excellent artwork. This is by far one of my favorite French movie poster artists, Roger Suby. We're talking about an incredible body of work. This is within the last 20 years of his life, I think, so it's a little more common, but still you can see it, just the saturation of color, the motion, you know, of the racing in the background. It appears to be in pretty good shape. This particular piece was printed on very brittle paper, and you can see some of the yellowing at the edges, a couple of tears in the margin. Usually what happens when it's folded and unfolded, you know, a certain number of times, at the center folds, you start to lose paper. But yours, I don't see any of that. Excellent piece.
Okay, so is this from the 1964 release?
Oh, yeah.
Or?
Certainly this is original, the 64.
Okay. So the big question, what do you think it's worth?
You know, given its condition, they do turn up somewhat frequently at auction. I'd put this one right around $450.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure anytime.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yep.
All right, so we're close.
Yeah?
I'll give you $300 for it.
Gosh, you know, I really would like to stick with $500. It's one of my personal favorites in my collection.
I'll tell you what, I love this poster. I'll probably buy it for myself. I'll give you $400 for it. That's the most I'm gonna do.
How about $450?
I'll give you $400 for it. $400, it's a fair price. It's a super cool poster, but like you said, there's a lot out there.
You know, I think the lowest I can go is $450.
You know, I'll give you the $450 just because I want it for myself.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I'll meet you right over there. We'll do some paperwork, get you paid.
Awesome. Thank you.
Viva la pawn shop.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I got a really great idea for me, you, and Chubb.
It involves my motorhome this weekend. You're not free. You're free this weekend, right?
Yeah, I can hear him.
He's in his office.
Are you in your office?
Yeah, I'm in my office, but I have this great idea for you, me, Did you just hang up on me?
Why are you calling me? I'm right around the corner.
Well, I know, I just called you.
What are you looking at?
That is a 1963 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia, the car I wanted when I was a kid. So what
That car's that old?
Yes, it's 1963. And I think we should go down Route 66 and take a look at it, because I need to maybe buy this. So I was thinking, road trip this weekend, guys, down Route 66. What do you think?
Am I gonna get paid?
No, it's on the weekend. It's a weekend trip.
A weekend trip where we're going to look at a car for him.
No, but we're gonna have a good time there. We'll stop at like roadside attractions. We'll bring a trailer just in case we buy anything. It'll be a blast.
All right, I got nothing going on this weekend.
You're really gonna go?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we had a vacation together. Team RCC, put it in the middle.
All right.
On 3, break, RCC!
Yeah.
That's Rick, Chum, then Corey. Sorry, this just sounds the best that way.
Okay. All right. See you guys Saturday morning, 7 o'clock here at the pawn shop. We'll get on the road.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to start researching Route 66 to find some cool stuff. You ready to do this, Corey?
Don't make me regret it, Chum.
So we've been cruising Route 66, and we're finally at the 1963 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia that we're gonna check out. So we're meeting my car expert, James. He's gonna check it out with me. Hopefully I buy this thing, get it restored, and I'm gonna be a teenager all over again. Hey, James, how's it going?
Hey, fellas. What's going on, Rick?
This is the car you're so excited to see.
Yes, this is one of the greatest designed cars ever.
This is George.
Hey,
All right, George, you saw the car?
you.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's as pretty as a Porsche.
It's pretty as a Porsche, but kind of has some cool, like, 59, 60 Cadillac lines in it, you know?
Well,
Truckers love me, Rick.
I got a 1963 Carmen Ghia convertible. I got the Carmen Ghia about a few months ago. Car runs good, the car performs good. It's got a few issues, nothing major. If I sell the car today, I'm probably gonna go spend some of Rick's money back at his pawn shop. That's what I'm probably gonna do.
This is an incredible car. And when I was a kid, every guy wanted one of these things. At least all my friends did, because we were all into Volkswagens and everything like that. Super easy to work on, great gas mileage.
Yeah, this one's really, really nice. And then, you know, the fact that it's actually a convertible. So finding one in this condition, this is a diamond in the rough right here.
You know, their bread and butter was the Volkswagen buses and the Volkswagen Beetles. These things right here was sort of like their fancy car they wanted to come out with.
Didn't they steal it from Chrysler?
They didn't steal the design from Chrysler. Ghia designed it for Chrysler, and Chrysler passed. And then when Volkswagen came, can you design us a car? And he basically gave the same car. And not a lot of them survived. I mean, this car's a one-piece body, so if they got in a wreck, a lot of times it wasn't fixable.
George, is this thing all original? Have you done anything to it?
I haven't done anything to it. I got it just the way it is.
Those aren't the stock seats from '63, though, are they?
No, we have to get a stock style seat.
Okay, and then those are like the Porsche style gauges?
All of the frameworks there for the convertible top. That's good too, because some of that stuff, if it's missing, it's hard to find that stuff.
I want it to look like it's a 1963. So if we do make a deal, I'd want to paint it green. Can we pump the trunk and everything?
Sure, sure.
That might give us an idea of the original color anyway.
Yeah. It's got the 1600 engine and freeway flyer transmission in it.
Okay. Motor looks right.
It actually was a green color, Rick. See the spring?
Yeah.
Yep, that was dark green at one point.
It had a 4-screen.
Yeah.
All right. So how much you asking for it?
I'm asking 13,000.
All right. Can we take it for a test bend real quick?
Sure.
I'm driving.
You driving? Let's do it.
All right, me and Corey will be right here. It's cool.
All right. Wow. Actually, it runs really, really good.
It does, I like it. It reminds me of the little go-karts when you're riding at the racetrack, when you give it gas.
The tire's rubbing on the fender or something there.
It's not tearing anything up, though. I checked it just now. It's rubbing, but it's not, like, horrible.
Got little cosmetic things on it, but it's got good roots to it. Yeah, she's got her issues, but she's all right. Let's hope this guy will deal a little bit. Brakes are good.
So how was it?
You guys have fun?
It was great. There's a few issues. Front tire rubs when you go around a corner.
Yeah, it's lowered, so it needs to be back to original height. It's got like a 2-inch drop spindle.
Yeah, something, because that's a little danger ranger there.
Yeah.
It's not exactly stock.
It's got some body work and stuff, and we found some spots with Bondo and some stuff's cracking. And
Yeah, of course. I
stuff
mean,
already.
it's an old car.
It's an old
you
car.
know, it's an old car, and, you know,
Okay.
it is what it is.
What will you take for it?
I can do 12 grand on it.
Can you do 11?
I don't know, man. I think 12 is fair, you know?
So, James, what do you think it's worth?
You know, looking it over, there's a lot of little stuff we're gonna have to change on it. Changing the motor, changing the tranny out. At least 6 months of restoring it. You'd probably put another 20, 25 in it. I'd say tops, you know, 11.5.
Okay. So 11.5's a deal.
12 grand's a deal.
How much do you love it, Rick?
11.8?
You're insane.
What? Why am I insane?
It's a $10,000 car.
I'm getting this for myself. This is not the shop's money or anything like that. So you just be quiet. 11.8.
I think 11.9 sounds great.
But you know what? 11.8 sounds better.
To you? Not to me.
Can we settle on 11.8?
I guess we can do the 11.8.
11.8. It's a deal.
Right.
All right. Thanks, man. You gotta get your truck, get this thing out to your shop.
Get loaded up.
You guys want to get back in the motorhome?
I spent enough time there. I'm gonna go do some exploring.
You know what? I'm gonna do some exploring too. I need a break from both of you guys.
I'm gonna go get the trailer.
All right. We got my motorhome right over here. I'll get you paid.
I'm happy with the deal. I'm probably gonna shoot out to Vegas and maybe look for another classic I could restore.